Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another pen review video here, and this is a Leonardo pen, and it comes in this very large box, and this is the Leonardo Mosaico in mango, and this is actually quite a nice looking pen. And let me unbox the pen for you. You can see here it says Leonardo. In the top of that box you have a bottle of ink, and then you have the Mosaico pen. So I'm just going to remove that pen from the box and just put the box elsewhere, and I will show you the pen in detail. So this is the Mosaico, and this has been out for a while now, and it is a pen that I have to say I really did look at, thinking this was a pen that I might want to buy. It comes in a number of different colours. This pen is on loan to me from John at stjohnspens.com. I'll put a lower third here, and also I'll put a lower third a little bit later on in the video as well. But I'd like to thank John for loaning me this pen for review. I'm going to review it here. I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to write with it. But this is a fantastic mosaic type material. And you can see there it says Mosaico, and it's 568. So this is a really beautiful material. I do like the way that Leonardo have actually cut this material so that it does look like it's more Mosaico. And I have the sand version, which let me see if I can grab that from off camera. And you can see there that is another different type of material, although very similar, but they cut it in a different way. So the Mosaico is actually quite nice. I do like it a lot. It has gold trims. It has a pointed finial here and a pointed end finial there as well. Now, if I unscrew the cap, you'll first see it has a Leonardo nib there, and that is a lovely nib. It's a 14 karat gold nib, and I want to say, let me just have a look off camera. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that is a fine nib. So I'm just having a look at that there. There you go. I can actually get it to focus better there now. So that is a nice sort of 14 karat gold nib. Now, it does come with an ebonite feed there as well, and you can see that the contour on that is beautiful. It is a piston filling pen as well, so it's not a cartridge converter. You can also post the cap if you wish, and I found that a lot of Leonardos do post pretty well. So for me, this is actually a nice size. Whether or not you post the cap, or even if you do not, this is really more the grande size of Leonardo, and I have to say I do prefer those over the more smaller Memento Zero. So this is a Mosaico, and you can see that there with that pattern on the cap band, but it's really a beautiful material. I kind of wish I'd actually picked one of these up when I could have done, which I didn't, unfortunately. So this one will be going back to John at stjohnspens.com, but he was gracious enough to loan me this pen for review, so I jumped at the chance. But this is quite a gorgeous pen, I have to say. It really makes me think that I might need to go and pick one of these up soon, because maybe I missed the boat on this one. And I remember looking at a number of retailers, and they had these, and I was umming and ahhing about it, and I was after a few other pens, so I let these ones slip, but have to say that is quite nice. So I think let's go and do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the length of the pen, we are looking at, from point to point, we're looking about 153 millimeters in length. The length of the cap is, I want to say, yeah, it's about 70 millimeters in length. And then the length of the body, if I can just stop this pen rolling on my desk, we are looking about, to the tip of the nib, about 137 millimeters in length from the tip of the nib to the point on the finial there. But this is quite a good size. I think we'll do a weight check now. Now this is uninked. So the full weight of the pen, bearing in mind this is a piston filling pen, we are looking at just under 32 grams in weight. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 12 grams in weight. And then the weight of the body, I'm going to have to try and stop this from rolling, is just under 20 grams in weight. So this is actually quite a nice weight of pen. But you can see, though, that the beauty on this material, it really is absolutely stunning. Now, in the size of my hand, though, this really, it is a long pen. It's not as long as some of my pens. I would say, though, that the piston knob here is a little bit longer than a lot of piston knobs, but that doesn't bother me in any way. And I think the actual shape of the pen here, it sort of tapers into the cap, tapers out to where the cap band is, a very minimal step down of about 1 millimeter, and then it starts to taper back out to the piston knob there. So I think with that, let's go and do a comparison with other pens. So I think left to right, we have a Cross Peerless 125 in the platinum, a Cross Peerless 125 in the titanium, a Cross Peerless 125 in the quartz blue. We have an Estabrook SD oversize, and this is the Gold Rust Prospector. We have the Leonardo Mosaico in the mango. We have a smaller Leonardo Momento Zero here, a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande. So you can see the size comparison between the Mosaico and the Grande. We have an Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra in the wild side. We have a Wild Eversharp Deco Band oversize, and then another Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra in the black and gold Lucians. So I think let's now do a writing sample. So this is the Leonardo Mosaico, and it's in the mango. Now this is a fine nib, and I'm just double checking, pretty sure it is a 14 cat gold nib. The ink in here today is Diamine Blaze Orange, which I think matches the colour of this pen quite well. Now, I think if we do some line variation, you're definitely going to see that this is more towards a Western fine. Now, you can push it a little bit more, but I wouldn't be comfortable pushing it any more than that, because this is quite a stiff nib. It's not really got a lot of bounce to the nib, so I wouldn't want to push it much more than that. In terms of ink wetness, I think let's take a look here. We'll do the vertical pass, and then we'll do the horizontal pass. So you can see there that this nib is fairly wet. I would say on the downstrokes, it's actually going a little bit more towards a fire hose nib, and on the cross strokes, sorry, on the downstrokes, the cross strokes there, it's going maybe not quite as wet. So this might be a nib that I would personally tune myself if I were to buy it, just to make the downstrokes and the cross strokes a little bit more even in terms of wetness. But this is already quite a wet nib, so I'd have to be a little bit careful if I were to tune that, if I were to buy this pen. I'd have to be a little bit more careful because I wouldn't really want to make this much more wetter than it is. You typically find a lot of this with Yovo nibs, that the cross strokes are more drier than the downstrokes, and that typically means that the tines are a little bit more close together. So when you're doing the downstrokes, you're flexing the nib slightly more, so you're getting more ink out. Whereas if you're going horizontally, you're really going against that, so it may not be quite as wet. But this is not a dry nib by any stretch. This is actually quite a wet nib. So what do I like? What do I not like about this pen? I absolutely love the color. I really like this color. I do seriously think I might have to add one of these to my collection. I do like my Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, and I've always said that I would probably go and get some more of those at some point. The Mosaicos, though, I think are a little bit more expensive than that. Like the Momento Zero Grande I've got has got a steel nib on it, and honestly, I couldn't fault that in any way. It's a really, really nice pen. What do I dislike about the pen? Really nothing. These are more, whereas the original Momento Zero Grandes were almost like a captured converter, a built-in, glued-in larger converter. These are actually full pistons. So for me, are piston pens more superior than cartridge converters? Some people do think they are. I personally don't. I do find a cartridge converter nice and easy, not only to clean, but also to repair. Whereas a piston, if the piston were to break at one point, and most of the pistons are plastic nowadays, you would have to send it in for repair. But other than that, there's really nothing that I dislike about this pen. It is a really nice pen. And I have to say, I think I'm going to have to pick one of these up. But this pen is going back to John at stjohnspens.com. And I'd like to thank John for the loan of this pen for review. If you want to check this out and other pens, do go out and check his website out at stjohnspens.com, or also St. John's Pens on Instagram. So that's my review of the Leonardo Mosaico in Mango with a fine 14 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.